That is so strange. Even stranger is only 2.9% of you got a video played from a playlist. I think it would be the second one played in a playlist, because the first one you technically clicked on or something like that. Considering my channel is just like 10 playlists, that's kind of unusual. Well, especially people who said, yeah, I watched like 10 of these in a row on your playlist. I mean, it's just really low. Here's a fun one. Since I have never once said, hey, you guys should turn on notifications, hit the little bell icon, which honestly you shouldn't do. Notifications are freaking annoying. 1.1%. So apparently pretty much none of you have hit the little bell icon thingy to get notifications when I upload. Clearly some of you who go, haha, first do have notifications turned on, but not a whole lot of you. And, I don't know, direct links and external, about 1% a piece. Playlist page is 0.8%. I don't even know what that means. Apparently, annotations in, I'm going to say, other people's videos, because I've never put a linked annotation in a single one of mine, 0.0%, but it is an amount above 0. And then literally 4 views, just the number 4, have been on what they call end screens. Like, I can't imagine where or who that is. I don't even use end cards. I don't even use cards. So that's kind of weird. I mean, the big anomaly there is nobody is finding me in the search. They're just finding me under suggested and sort of suggested in the homepage and other browse features. That is really not at all what I thought. That is so weird. The funny thing is, if you back it up to basically all time on my channel, 3.5% search. So I have never had good results in the search. So nobody is finding my channel by typing something into the YouTube search. I never in a million years would have thought that that was true. So hopefully you, I don't know, gained some sort of interesting knowledge out of the weird random stats about my YouTube channel. It was basically just all unexpected, except for the 2% female. That was expected. But if there's one valuable piece of information you could take away from all of this as a whole, it's screw you, Costa Rica. I hope global warming puts you underwater. Oh, by the way, since my channel was created, approximately 46 million minutes of the world's time was utterly wasted. Seriously, that's the total cumulative watch time on my channel. No joke. Oh, also, YouTube Red, 13% of my overall income. That's definitely worth mentioning. People don't realize that. They think, oh, it's probably like 0.1% and nobody cares. The only people making money on Red are the ones who get $50,000 to make an episode or whatever. No. From what I've heard, 5 to 15% of the typical YouTubers' revenues come from YouTube Red. It is a huge dollar amount per month. So if you sign up for YouTube Red, you are helping out everybody you watch a ton. I don't even remember what I calculated was like the value of one viewer if they're on YouTube Red versus if they're not. But it's like 10 or like 100 times more valuable or something like that. So like you signing up for YouTube Red and then watching your favorite creators, you are giving them like 100 times more money than you normally would have. And that varies greatly based on how much you watch and what you watch and that kind of stuff, and the view duration and all that. But that's what it is. So yeah, you should all totally sign up for Red. So if you found these stats as amusing as I did, and if you have any other questions or want me to look up something, leave it down in the comment section. I'd be happy to. If they actually keep stats on it, which, you know, they may or may not. I'll see you guys next video. Hey guys, Desolated Magic here, and as usual, it's time for my post-game report / review of the pre-release of Aether Revolt. Now, I just got home from it 60 seconds ago, so it's kind of fresh in my memory. Overall, I'm not thrilled for various reasons. I'm sure you're not either, because, well, let's just hit the big one, the big gorilla in the room, whatever the hell the saying is. It's 5:30 in the morning. I don't know what the hell the saying is. The Wizards event reporting system experienced what they're calling a catastrophic failure, I assume worldwide, at least US-wide, and their ranking and tournament software and all that crap doesn't work. So a lot of people couldn't even log in, and if you can't log in, you basically can't run the tournament. So then you have to like do it all by hand and paper, enter it after the fact, and then it might show up as like late, maybe, and oh my god. Some people suggested it might be due to high volume. I don't think it would be higher than the last couple sets. I think somebody attacked it. I think somebody's fed up with Wizards crap and they DDoSed it. That's my opinion. Either that, I mean, it's about equally as likely that their software is just garbage, their infrastructure is garbage, nothing works, and their tech team's a bunch of idiots, which, I mean, they basically just admitted. So, yeah, one store I heard just wasn't able to even continue the tournament. They had to attempt to do everything on paper, and I think once you start it, you can't really resume it. You either have to do it all paper or all not, but I'm not that familiar with the software, so that sucked. Ours, somehow we were able to just barely log in, but for some reason they couldn't print, like, part of the reporting things, so a bunch of the, like, I don't know, the who won and stuff had to be done manually by hand on paper, and it was all messed up. I mean, we might as well have, like, lit a campfire, turn off the electricity, turn off the heat, get some lanterns out, and I'll ride home on a horse, because we were going antiquing on that thing. I meant to say Amish, but honestly, antiquing sounds funnier. It's a funny word. Apparently, by the way, antiquing is when you, like, buy, like, some ghetto dresser at, like, Goodwill and then just, like, beat the living crap out of it with chains so it looks, quote, distressed, as they call it. I call it ghettofied. And you create an antique, which is funny because you can't do that. I want to go antiquing now instead of go to another pre-release because that was painful. Not just because of the complications, because honestly, our staff is super on it. They're professional. They've done this. They know what to do. They've got all the fallback plans. They don't panic. Super A+ job on their part. I mean, they got really pissed. They were in a bad mood. I mean, it's already like 5 in the morning. They were pretty pissed. But other than that, they handled it well. So as far as my performance, I mean, this is going to sound good, but I got tie, win, win. Unfortunately in that order, so that disqualified me from any kind of prizes, and it's because everybody's game was going to the time limit. There's just no quick aggressive decks. The creatures are all mid-size or smaller. I mean, just in general, probability wise, I mean, there's nothing stopping somebody from pulling a whole bunch of 3 and 4 attack creatures. It's just incredibly unlikely because that's not the typical creature. And besides Menace, there's really nothing for combat abilities. There's barely even any flyers. So there's no just run you over decks, which was actually kind of nice, except that the rounds went on forever and everybody hated their card pool. I mean, there was maybe 2 or 3 people that were like, yeah, I got some synergy, you know, I got this going, whatever. A lot of people, just to get a playable deck, had to go to 3 color. In fact, I think every single one of my opponents was playing 3 color except for 1. I was playing 2 because all 5 of my colors plus the artifacts sucked. Let's be honest. It was a joke. It was literally the worst card pool I have ever built with, ever, at a pre-release. A lot of people I talked to seem to share my sentiment. They said my deck just does nothing. All the colors were a joke. Like, every color was disqualified for a reason. That's the vibe I was getting, and that was true with mine. Like, white, I only pulled like 7 white cards. Okay, so that's out. You know, unless they really worked with colorless and were really good and they were all, you know, 2-3 costs, but no, that wasn't it. Black, every damn card was 4 cost, 5 cost, or 6 cost. I even pulled like 2 mythics in black. Still couldn't do it. Even the mythics were garbage. They were complete crap. Now, 2 of our pre-release packs, and we didn't have that many people attending this, so it's way above the odds. 2 of them had masterpieces in them, which was cool. Didn't really help the people. One was the 6/8 free caster, and the other was Mox Opal. Like, he couldn't even get Metalcraft to work. Like, it was, oh god. I mean, if it's an artifact set and you can't even get Improvise to work or Metalcraft, I mean, it was just like Kamigawa. Nobody could get anything going. There's just nothing that works together. Or everything works together, but you sure as hell didn't pull them. Going back to the main problem with the design of these 2 sets is whole colors just disqualify themselves. There's a lot of spells and not a lot of creatures, which is the #1 mistake people made. I believe I had to go into it with 11 or 12 creatures, and I kind of tweaked it in between rounds, but there was nothing more. I mean, red was like 75% spells. Blue, I had 6 counter spells. I thought that was funny, so I played it. But then I had a grand total of, I believe, 2 blue creatures. My second color was green. I had like 16, 17 cards of green, so I eliminated a couple. But every damn creature was like a 1-2, a 1-3, a 2-1, a 2-3. I had 1-3-2 and one fabricated 4-4 trampler, and then a 7-5. You guys know which one that was, improvise. And then I just had garbage, like a tune with the Aether, whoop-de-doo. I kind of built an energy deck, but it was pathetic. There was no big bombs. I couldn't summon a beast token. It was just like everything, every mechanic was almost. I had to just settle for some garbage. And then, of course, the 3 colors kept hitting their colors by some miracle, you know. I don't know how. They were literally just playing basic lands. There's no color fixing. So, I mean, that's just another contributing factor. This set's just terrible. It's absolutely terrible at pre-release. It's amazing at constructed in that you can win on turn 4 with anything. There's like 5, 6, 7 different infinite combos, and it's just a joke. I have zero interest in playing standard at this point, but if you were to ignore those hyper-powerful decks, it's so wide open. I mean, Panharmonicon, yeah, you're going to get some stuff. I mean, you're going to get some damn good decks out there. Some really creative, cool decks that are very, very varied. Unfortunately, pre-release is just crap. Now, considering how much I play constructed versus pre-release, I'd rather have constructed be good, so I get it. They can't all be, you know, home runs, but this was just miserable. And then the system breaking down was just worse. It's probably the worst pre-release experience I've ever had. Now, what really bugs me, and this is on me, is I made 2 little play mistakes, just missed a trigger. You know, it happens, but I literally only made 2 mistakes all day. That's it. Both of them cost me the game and the round, and it was both of the ones that went to a tie. Now, the tiebreaker is dumb as hell. I'm not going to describe it because that might individually, you know, identify me, but it's really unfair, really stupid. It's really time-wasting. It's just, I can't even describe how dumb it is. It's registered in the system as a tie, but for like prize reasons, we have to have a winner. So instead of just going to something nice and fair like life total, which that's debatable, they did something stupider, and then my opponent completely and utterly cheated at it. I mean, just outright cheated, but apparently what he did is allowed, but only he knew that. So I didn't have the time to prepare, but what I could have done is taken, you know, a boatload of time to mod my deck a little bit for the tiebreaker, and cheated as well. But I'm like, people have crap to do today. So I didn't do it, he did it, and he won with a horribly unfair card. So that was nice of him. The other one, I can't really describe how it won, but he pulled a miracle of a hand. I mean, he pulled that one out at the last second. It was just stupid. So, I mean, I suppose tie-tie win-win is, like, almost a perfect record, but not really, because I lost both of the tiebreakers for prize reasons. So I ended up with not great prizes, and none of them had any good cards in them. So Kaladesh is, it's not looking good. I mean, it looked like it would be $200 EV per box. I don't know technically what it is, but from what I saw, the prices, it looks like crap. Probably because people know it's going to be over-opened as hell, because of all the cards that might go into Modern, etc. And it's only a 184 card set, and there is no such thing as a valuable 184 card set anymore. That just isn't a thing. It's too small. There's too many copies of every card. As simple as that. In fact, with just 4 boosters, I was playing with triplicate copies of 3 different cards. So that was messed up. By the way, the counter spells were so poor, and the control and removal was such a joke. Nobody could get anything going on anybody with removal or board wipes or anything like that. They just dominated because they had so much more power than the average card pool. That was almost a sentence, but it's also almost 6 in the morning. I'm not drunk, I swear. I'm just coming down off caffeine. Well, I've got to get 6.5 hours of sleep, then get up and work until 1 a.m. tomorrow. Yay. I'm so glad I wasted my time with this pre-release. I mean, it's like, I could be proud of that record because it's like technically 0 losses, I guess you could say, but not really, and just nobody was in a good mood. Nobody liked their deck. It just was bad. It was just depressing and bad. Hopefully you guys had a better experience. But, of course, as always, let me know down in the comment section, was it as bad as everybody else? Could you even continue the tournament after the whole computer infrastructure broke? And do you know anything, little inside information about what went on? Was it a glitch? Was it an attack? Was it, I don't know, inside sabotage from the people who got fired? Honestly, there's a lot of different, like, conspiracy theories that could be. Anyway, my plans are, I think I can't even go to the next FNM. I got something planned, but I'm gonna probably just upgrade my Gravity Bomb deck because there's 2 cards that are a little bit better, debatably. and just try and win with that, because if people are playing red, white vehicles, which I think they will, I'll be able to win. If it's like servo token flood with secondary win conditions, I might not, although with the sideboard probably. I mean, you could, I think we still have that X spell where you can cast it for 0 and bounce tokens back to hand, unless that was an Origins card, I don't remember. So I might just ride that because it's the least amount of effort and stuff, and if it doesn't win, I'll probably just stop showing up. I'm just disgusted with the new set and the state of standard. It's terrible. So many win on turn 4 garbage. It suppresses any amount of creativity, any kind of second-rate decks. You stand no chance of winning. It's just stupid. And everybody, if they even want to compete, needs, you know, 8+ cards of control and artifact destruction and removal. That it's just stupid. You pinhole people into just one of a couple tiny little decks that can't be beaten unless you rock paper scissors them to death with control, and then they shut down because they're all glass cannons. I mean, that's just welcome to Modern. If I wanted to play Modern, I'd play Modern. So I don't like it at all. Pre-release was crap, which is kind of funny because it's a terrible set. And then even the computers gave up because they were sick of it. So very representative of the set. I think it's going to not be worth a lot, but the cards are going to fluctuate so much that if I'm careful enough and I pay enough attention, I think I'm going to be able to predict what's going to go up. I was about 75% right about Kaladesh, which is the only reason I didn't lose more than 1,000 on it. And I think if I lose on Aether Revolt, that's it. Because, I mean, yeah, it's 184 cards, but it looks like the most valuable set ever. It looks like it, but then I don't think it is. Looking at the pre-order prices, it looks like the same old garbage. Being a single seller, you basically can't do it anymore, and I expect 50% plus are going to quit. I mean, realistically, I'm not even joking. 50% of all single sellers in the world are going to quit because of masterpieces. They ruined it. We can't ship $4 cards for $3 shipping and survive. So if you take all the $8 cards and make them into $4 and $3 cards, we can't sell them. Simple as that. And the U.S. Postal Service just hiked the prices again for like the second or third time. So a lot of reasons, it's over. Single sellers, it's over. Unless you're going to one of the big ones, the small ones are all giving up. I already know 8 sellers that said they're hanging up their hat and saying screw it, because they're just, it's not even that there's no money in it, they're losing money. They're moving Wizards product and losing money doing it. That's just stupid. I'm personally sick of that. So Aether Revolt, if you don't make $1 profit for me, that is it. I'm cutting my order even more. I already cut it by 80%. I'll cut it by 95. So sorry to be so grim and depressing, but the event sucked and I'm pissed, and it's 5:30 something in the morning. So pre-release kind of sucked. Nobody had fun. It was awful. It was completely different than every other one I've ever been to where people actually did have fun. Everybody hated the cards, hated their decks, and nobody pulled anything valuable for the most part. So, well, except for the masterpieces. Hooray for MTG. I can't wait to play D&D in VR or whatever the hell they're doing. I'll see you guys next video.
Raffle stomping noobs at the Aether Revolt pre-release. This is my undefeated 4-0, 8-0, and 8 wins, 1 loss deck. Welcome and much love here. Won these packs, which I will be giving away, not in this video, but before.
Kill. The spirits we eat are unkind. Killing spree. Well done. The summoning is complete. Your golem outpowers your foes. Without hesitation. Find your peace. Defend kill. You have served me well, heroes.
MVP.